All right, yo, 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 it's your boy Kid Neo, and today we are back with some more D&D action. Don't laugh at me. What? Are you laughing at me for real? You're laughing at how I start my stream. Despicable. 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 Anyway, the last time we joined our heroes,
Okay.
Oswald, what'd we do?
Sorry, I'm having a brain fart of all times.
We did a thing.
Well, hold on. We went to the library. No, wait, we went shopping first. Yeah, we continued our shopping. I went to the smith. I saw a really fancy longsword that I wanted, but I was unable to afford it. So I basically said that I will attempt to purchase it later when I can. We decided to go to the library after that, while we were waiting for Anara to rendezvous with us. I found a few books to read. One of them had some interesting runes on it that once we put it together, it had a hidden message to it. And because this book could not be read by most people, the librarian allowed me to buy it. Adeline was reading a different book that was talking trash about his goddess, and he didn't like that, so he was about to start a fight. And we eventually calmed him down and convinced him to write a book of his own to counter whatever he read in his book. We then go to the tavern. We meet up with Anara. I don't remember the name of the man who was speaking to us, but he knew who Anara was. And he was talking to us.
Okay, I'm here now.
Trying to figure out who we were. Eventually he left. Anara told us that they're all bad, can't be trusted, and that she needed to go.
Yes, that is her.
And that is the last I can remember.
Okay.
Excellent. Anybody want to add anything else?
No, just her uncle's bad, and we can't really. She said she'll contact us. Don't follow her.
Correct. Yes. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, yeah, that's a good basic rundown of what happened. Perfect. I like that better than me having to do it.
Yeah, forgive me. I'm
you're
actually
fine.
I'm actually doing a raid in a different game real quick because I'm just trying to get over with. So like I'm trying to think of the memories while not dying to mechanics.
No, yeah, you're good.
Brady, are you actually streaming?
I am actually streaming.
Okay, what's the link? I think Tef wants it, but he doesn't like talking to people.
I mean, we have to remedy that right now. If he wants the link, he can ask me directly.
May I have link, please?
Yes, you may. See how easy that was?
No, it was so hard, Brady.
Oh shit, hold on. I'm recording. God damn it. Oh well, that's fine. Go live as well. Confirm and go live. Oh, there's an issue with fetching channel info. Interesting. Never mind. I guess that's why it didn't go live. It's recording though, so that's good.
Shit.
I guess I will just be recording this one. I will not be going live, but I will still send you the link for future endeavors.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, it will be... I'll just send it to you directly. Alright. Anyway, so yeah, you guys are chilling in the tavern right now. The gentleman that was talking to you guys about Anara and her past a little bit has just stepped out. Anara has gone upstairs and has come over the sending stone telling you guys that she has escaped the tavern and then she'll be in contact with you guys every now and again, but don't try to find her. And you guys still have a whole platinum that you can spend on drinks, food, and your rooms. So what would you like to do for the rest of the night?
So is that platinum including
Oh, I remember.
the room
You're
and
trying to
food,
stuff your
like
bag with
that's
much
together in the price?
Yes, they said I can have as much food as I want, so I'm ordering as much bread as I can.
Okay, so how about this? everyone roll an initiative, and we will go in turn order.
I haven't even logged into Roll20 yet.
I've noticed.
Well, I don't need initiative. I'm just gonna go to bed.
Okay. What were
No,
you
you-
trying to do, Martin? Before they talked over.
I want to buy the single fluffiest bed.
Like buy the whole bed, or just
Well,
make
rent
sure
it for
you-
the night.
Okay.
I want to buy as many drinks as I can too. But I need to roll first. Let me find my character sheet.
Okay.
Okay. Oh wait, what? I told all my friends that I'm in a D&D stream. We're not.
It's a little
First of all,
awkward
please.
right now because for whatever reason, it's not letting me go live. So I'm not sure why that is. Do I have to log out? I don't really want to log out. I'm recording already. I'm gonna try a thing real quick. Okay, no, I'm not. I have to stop streaming. Or
It's yes, but I'm using the browser Discord because I forgot to put up the other Discord. So what you call it, the other thing? There it is. Okay. Download.
all right.
Forget to
So
download it. Wait, one
I'm
second.
going to rule that Martin, you get to go first because you have a higher dex than Jeffrey does.
Cheers.
Oswald will I'll just, since he's just planning on going to sleep, he'll just go after you guys do your thing. So, Shadow, you're first. You guys are all sitting at a table. The bouncer is keeping an eye on you guys, tracking your movements, and Fiero and his gang is in the corner of the room as well.
Okay, Shadow is going to wave to whoever is taking care of us, I guess.
Okay. That would be the bar wench. What'd I name her? I think I named her Jenny.
She had a name.
She did have a name. Jane. No, Sarah Tealeaf. That's right. Her name is Sarah.
Quick pause.
Quick pause.
Quick pause.
Oh, did he just download Discord like legit?
Yes, he did just download Discord, like legit.
Does he not? Okay.
I'm about to start throwing things at him.
Oh, that's fine.
Here. And we're back.
Beautiful.
Everything's fine.
All right, and resume. All right, so you flag down Sarah, and she comes over. She has an empty tray underneath her arm, and she leans over. And what can I get you?
I would like to rent the most comfortable bed in the tavern.
Well, how will you be paying with the platinum piece that fine gentleman left you?
Please.
Very well. I'll be right back with your change. She grabs the platinum piece, heads over to the front of the bar, where the bartender's kind of wiping a couple glasses, because even though it's kind of busy, everyone has a drink in their hand already, and it seems that this town doesn't really unwind until later, and it's still pretty early in the evening. So he grabs the platinum piece and hands a sack of coins back to Sarah, as well as a key, and she returns to you and drops the coin pouch in the middle of the table, and says, the rest of your gold is right there. It's about 700 pieces left. And here is your key to the royal suite.
Shadow
It
is going to immediately take it.
All right.
Sure.
So you take it, and she then says, it's on the 3rd floor. You will be the only one on the 3rd floor. Please try not to scratch anything.
Very,
You cut out, Martin.
very well.
And she sort of does a curtsy. Now she looks to the rest of the table. Is there anything else I can get all of you?
Yes, I would like to have as much bread as you can offer me.
Literally all of our bread.
How much do you have?
I mean, we have a few dozen loaves ready to go.
Yes. How much would that be?
Well, 5 gold
For the lot of it?
for all the bread.
Okay. Yes, and then I would like. What is your finest drink stock you have?
She kind of sits there and looks back to the barkeep, and he just sort of shrugs his hand, shrugs a bit like, fuck it, do it. And then she's like, well, our finest drink would be a glass of vodka, but we also have some really good ales and such. But the most expensive thing we have is vodka, brewed
Do you
here
have
in the
them-
tavern itself.
Do you have them unbottled? I mean, bottled?
We could bottle it for you, yes.
Sure. I would like as many of those as I could possibly have.
She looks back over to the bartender and he's like, sure. That'll. Well, you want all of it.
How much gold is in that platinum piece left? 700?
Yeah, I mean, yes, 700, but it's a lot of bottles.
I'll be fine.
Okay. Well, it'll run you up about 250 gold for all of that together. Are you sure?
Yes. That is good.
So she opens up the coin pouch and scoops out into another pouch about 250 gold. Yeah, if you could give me a little while to get that ready for it. Do you want just 1 or 2 bottles for now? And then I'll get you the rest before you go to sleep?
Sure.
Okay. And she heads over to the barkeep, and he's sitting there, and you watch as she's actually telling him exactly what you said, and he stops for a moment, cleaning the glass, and it just drops, and you can hear it shatter. And he kind of he does a face palm, and then he sort of shoos her away to go and start fetching all the stuff. Then he claps his hands. All right, everyone listen up. That gentleman just bought us out of all our alcohol. So if you want anything, go to him. Otherwise, I can't help you.
And I say it's all on me.
There's a pause for a moment. Hold on. Everyone stops talking. Everyone looks your way. And you're kind of just sitting there and you start to look around and you notice that literally every single person is looking at you. After that, in the corner, your pal Firo. Oh, well, that's kind of more like it, huh? Why is he fucking Irish? He's supposed to be goddamn Italian. Hold on. Oh, I like your style, pal.
Are quite welcome.
Everyone, a round of applause! And they all start clapping and cheering for our man Hief because he just bought everybody a lot of alcohol.
Quite a lot of beverages.
Anyway, so Sarah comes out with 2 bottles and puts them onto your table. And then she says, how much do you want to divvy out to the other patrons?
Just kind of keep like a rotating stock out, and whatever isn't taken by the night, give to me.
She does a small bow and then says, very well. And then she goes back to the back and she brings out about 10 bottles and just lines them up on the bar. You see a couple folks from each individual table go and grab a whole bottle and go to sit down, and they start pouring it. Some people are drinking it straight from the bottle. It's probably going to get a little wild.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, for me,
yeah.
I'm not sure about you.
So, Adeline pulls out his little tome, opens it up, pulls out an ink quill and a pen, and begins to write in his little book that he starts. It is at this point that the bar door opens, and a gentleman walks in who looks kind of like this.
Looks kind of like
Like this gentleman.
Oh, okay.
He's got a beaded necklace, no shirt.
He has abs on his abs.
Yeah, he's got abs on abs, and a sword on his back. And he walks in. Emotep, would you like to describe your character for everybody? At least appearance-wise, or have you not gotten that far? Martin, are you guys there?
We're here. He's just having technical difficulties.
Oh, technical difficulties. So this is the wrong time to bring him in. Interesting. Okay, then. Instead of that man does not enter yet. Oswald stands up and tells you all that he is going to retire for the night. He appreciates the offer. He might have a bottle tomorrow, Jeff. But for now, he is quite tired and would like to study this book.
Understandable.
So he takes a couple gold pieces from the sack and heads over and exchanges them to the bartender for a key to a room and heads upstairs to go to sleep so he can raid.
No, right? No.
Yes, it's working.
Shadow's the one that can only read it, though, right? I just figured out that we can manipulate it with the runes. Was that how?
Yeah, so
How we decided it?
Shadow can actually read the language when she casts her spell, and you ended up seeing a couple of different runic symbols spread out throughout the whole chapter that were pretty basic, but you ended up finding somewhat of a code that allowed you to sort of dig deeper into what the actual meaning of this book was.
But I mean, because of that, though, I can't really do much unless Shadow's with me. So I mean, I'll hang on to the book, but until Shadow decides to read the book with me, kind of just have it for now.
Noted. All right. Emotep, you're there, right?
Yes.
All right. So first of all, everybody, this is Emotep.
Hello.
Starting from the top of the channel and working our way down, Darkova is Reed, Jeff 4010 is Jeff, and then of course your boy Martin. Sometimes we have other folks playing. I'll introduce you to them when they actually play.
Cool.
But for now, yeah, Reed and Jeff. This is Emotep, Reed and Jeff.
You can call me Tep.
Tep.
Hello.
Ooh, why would you skip Mr. DJ?
Oh, I guess, yeah. Mr. DJ is my DJ. He's the true Khalid. So.
Usurped before I got here.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, as Oswald is walking up the stairs, the door of the tavern opens and a gentleman walks in. Human gentleman. Emotep, if you would like to describe the visuals of your character, what do the party see?
All right. So while physically imposing, he is not especially tall, but he's still roughly as is described in that photo. A serious-faced, tannish, darkish brownish skinned gentleman, about between 5'4", 5'6", but cuts a meaningful swath through the room in terms of how he walks in. Mostly looking around, a strong-looking man. As you said, abs on his abs, because. And while it seems as though he's looking around in a way that indicates that he's never been there before, he does not look especially uncomfortable. He looks mostly at ease, just alert. Although not too alert, not like on Super Edge. Is that a good explanation? I've never done this before.
Yeah, that is
That's
perfectly
fine. Yeah, that's
fine.
good. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's actually more context about a character that we've had the whole time we've been playing this game for the last year and who knows how many months.
Okay.
No one RPs. Jeff's trying to get there, though. I'm just messing with you, though. So anyway, this gentleman walks in. Imhotep, what would your character like to do? I guess let me describe the scene for you since you weren't here last session, obviously. As you walk in, there's a pretty beefy bouncer dude. He's a strong gentleman. He sort of gives you a head nod as you walk in. You notice a group of individuals, including a black tabaxi, a human wearing a blue robe, and a paladin wearing some mail armor, writing in a book. You see a couple different other patrons all wearing commoners' clothing and such. And then you also see in the corner Firo and his gang, who you know pretty much run the streets. So you kind of try to avoid them because you're not on the best of terms with them, but you've not really caused any trouble with them or vice versa. But you know what he's all about.
Gotcha.
Go lay down.
The black tabaxi would be upstairs making herself at home.
Oh, did you leave to go get into your room?
Yes.
Oh, I missed that part. Never mind. Actually, I would say that as you're walking in, you watch the tabaxi and another gentleman with black hair and plate mail armor walking up the stairs, sort of one after another. And then you notice that all these bottles of vodka are lined up on the bar, and Sarah Tea Leaf, who you know pretty well, comes over and says, DJ, this gentleman in the blue robes actually purchased all the alcohol that we have, and he's offering it to all the patrons free of charge. So bottles of vodka up at the bar. If you want something else, just let me know.
Nah, I'm good. Actually, you don't have any water.
Oh, we definitely do. I'll go fetch you a glass. And she
Appreciate it.
walks away. As she's walking towards the back, you do notice the gentleman that she had pointed to is definitely the human wizard in a blue robe. And he's pretty much, he's 10 feet away from you if you would like to speak with him.
Next to him. Yes. I'll walk up and sit next.
All right, so Jeff, as you're sitting there pouring your glass of vodka into a smaller glass, you take a swig out of the bottle itself, and it's kind of like a burning sensation coating your throat, but it's a good burn. And you kind of make a face, and as you open your eyes, you look to your right, and there's this gentleman that just walked in, and he sits right next to you. He's got his right arm up against the table, the other arm kind of on his hip, and he's just looking at you. You two may now converse.
Hello there.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. How's your night going?
Well, enough so far. I'm got a bit on my mind.
Oh, how's so?
Well, there are things I might need to take care of in the near future. Let's say.
Sounds like a personal problem to me.
Sometimes these things can be a public problem.
Oh, are you asking for help?
Broadly, that'd be an interesting proposition. I wouldn't say no.
You cut off there. Couldn't hear you.
I wouldn't say no to help, but for right now, maybe we'll just both enjoy our drink and see where the rest of this night goes.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Well, if you haven't noticed, I bought out the place, so there's plenty of drink to go around.
Greatly appreciated. I'm fine. I ordered something on my own, so it should get here shortly.
As you say it should get here shortly, it appears in front of you as Sarah places it down and says, water is obviously free. If you need more, let me know. And she smiles at you and then starts to walk away.
Thank you very much.
Adeline is writing in his book. He sort of looks up at you. Is there a reason you come sit with us if you do not need our help now?
Well, let me put it this way, friend. You guys look the type to get in a bit of trouble. And I thought that maybe we could solve each other's problem.
So, you have problem, you say. Does it involve suffering? Is someone suffering?
In the broad philosophical sense, yes.
Do we aim to end the suffering?
Greatly.
I will help you.
Fantastic. Please, what is your name again?
Adeline, and he stands up just a little bit and extends his hand forward to shake yours.
Okay. I go to shake his hand. I am Dario Johan Khalid. For right now, you can call me Dario.
Very nice to meet you, Dario. I am Adeline. I am paladin of Mishekel, goddess of health and wisdom. Do you know this goddess?
I know of lots of gods, and I respect that one in particular, and that's as far as I'll go with that specific conversation.
Oh, well, very good. Then I do not have to teach you the word of Mishekel. But I am writing a book about it because apparently not many people know of her blessing.
Well, I do appreciate your commitment to learning. So
yes, everyone must learn.
Yeah, you have my appreciation there. That's very interesting to know.
Yes. This here fine gentleman who bought out all alcohol is his name is the Hif. And
Nice to meet you.
he likes to kill goblins for no reason, especially Vroz's cousin.
That was one time.
Oh, of course. Goblins only live one time.
No reason, you say?
It is long, complicated story.
It's a long story.
After going through swamp and seeing many, many fucked up things, he killed goblin. But find out later, goblin friend. Big mistake.
Turns out. Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, we are quite a group. You should meet our other friends. Two of them are sleeping. One of them has been captured. And then another
Less
one...
than good. When were they? Wait, whoa. They were captured.
Correct.
Yes.
Is this recently? You guys seem pretty at ease.
Oh, that was like
it was actually today.
Yeah.
It was earlier today, right before we actually got granted access to Craigstrom.
Yikes.
Yes.
I did not say yikes in character. Let me take that one back.
Okay.
That's well, I suppose my original measure of you folks was correct, and I was right to meet and get to know you.
Very good, very good. Now here's a question. What is your problem? How can we help?
Well, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but this city, like many other cities, are dirty, let's say. I do not appreciate that.
I have seen many rats.
Yes, in that sense as well. There are things that often don't get cleaned up, and I am attempting to go about the world and see what I can do to offer my services as a, let's say, janitor.
Oh, interesting. So you clean cow shit. And you want help?
This is, so my, Metaphor. Sure. Yes. You seem to understand this in the most literal of forms. Yes. Yes. I will commit to that. Yes, that I do in fact clean up cow shit.
Okay. Well, I don't normally clean up Dookie, but I will help you, I guess, this one time if it reduces suffering. Although usually I like to stab things to reduce suffering. But this time I make exception. I will stab Dookie. Adeline looks over at Jeff. You will help levitate Dookie and make it move, correct?
Just to get out of the way, sure.
Very good, very good.
DJ briefly puts his face in his hands, but then takes it out and it's like, okay, fine.
Anyway, let us do this tomorrow, though. I have a great idea for book title. And he goes to start writing in his book again. Pretty much tuning out everything going on around him so that it is only you and Jeff. By the way, just so we're all aware, Adeline probably just said more in that little conversation than he has the whole game.
Oh yes,
So
exactly. I've seen that too.
So I'm gonna have to tell Bill that my bad.
Yeah, like the whole game combined.
Yes, the whole
Yeah.
game combined.
Yeah.
I just said more
That's-
as
yeah.
Adeline than he has ever.
Well, I engaged as out of character. I engaged him as a person, so maybe that's why. I don't know.
I mean, so far he has shown signs of speaking with folks if they talk to him first. Otherwise,
Yeah.
he's silent.
True.
Oddly enough, he's talked way more these last 2 sessions. I wonder why.
That is very curious thought, as Adeline thinks to himself. Also kidding. Hasn't happened. Anyway, so it's just Dario and Hief.
Yes.
Do y'all want to continue
So-
speaking?
Yeah,
Oh.
sure.
Sure. Yeah.
Your friend here is an interesting but respectably studious type. What would you say you are like, sir?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, I am. I'd actually say I'm pretty similar. I am looking for anything magical I can possibly find and learn more about it, and just trying to meet as many people along the way that can help me achieve this goal.
Greatly admirable. Good stuff.
Thank you.
I take a strong drink of water. It's about half full or half empty, depending on your outlook. I am comfortable in the silence.
Yeah, this is on YouTube right now.
Oh, it
Me and
is. Okay.
Shadow, we're in bed.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Brady said RP. Yeah, he had to take the
Oh,
dog out.
okay. So what about you? Tell me about yourself. I see that you seem like a strong individual, and you are searching to right wrongs, as you say, clean up the place. But tell me more.
Yes. Well, it's if you couldn't already tell, it's not something I enjoy speaking too bluntly about. I will say that I am very committed to my general plan to right these wrongs. And while there is a problem in front of me, I am not wont to ignore it.
Okay.
Though in certain cases, said problem may be figuratively in front of me, though literally behind me, let's say in a corner of the room.
I see. Hold on a second. And I take out this sending stone. I place it in his palm with my hand over it, and I say, I think to him, think.
he's telling me to think.
And can
think into
with this ending zone, you can hear my thoughts, essentially.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So I think you think, and then you hear that.
Okay, I'm listening, I suppose.
No, and I think to you again. This way we can have a private conversation.
Cool.
Go on.
Oh, so we're having a conversation. Okay.
Yeah, you're
Sorry.
speaking mentally, basically, at this point.
All right. I am not especially fond of this form of communication, but I would like to straight kill that guy in the back.
Need some motives here before we.
I'm back, by the way.
Stabby.
I mean, we don't have to do this now. This isn't a super now thing. We can.
I just met you, of course. I mean, so
Yeah. You know, you can't kill and tell. I get you, but it's like. I feel as though we may be of a similar mind, and maybe you are open to the idea of maybe not now, but at some point in the future, helping me clean up cow shit.
And what has this person in the back have to do with that?
It's more of a general thing. I go from city to city. I see who is a problem, where, and how. I do not like the way he conducts his business, so I will do something.
Real quick, who are we talking about exactly?
Okay, this is out of character for a second.
Yes.
So yeah, just so I'm understanding the situation, there's a guy in the back who's like a black market sort of dude. Am I understanding that correctly?
Oh, you're thinking of Furo. Furo is pretty much the muscle for Lord Martillo, who is one of the wealthy nobles of this town. You know, based on how long you've been here in Cragstorm, that he is one of the three major powers, or powerful leaders in this town. So it goes to him and his whole little family, quote unquote. Then there's the Caseros, who is another family that rivals his. They own the other quarter of the town. And then there's the actual Barton family, who is the rightful ruler of the bureaucracy, although the family, since they've gone from a monarchy to a bureaucracy, now has the power of the family divided up into different divisions of law. But you know that Martillo, pretty much, he's got his, I guess you could say, he's got his hands all over the merchant quarter. He owns all of the merchants, all their shops, all their merchandise, and has them pay every 2 weeks a certain fee based on how profitable they are.
Protection racket, yeah. Or
something like that, maybe. And you also know that since being here, you know that there's like an infection going on in the town that currently has it blocked off from outsiders unless they get checked out by a gentleman named Dr. Gear, who you also know is exploiting this whole situation for money, because he's grown extremely wealthy over the past couple weeks, being able to get people to pay a very hefty amount of money in order to get access to Cragstorm. So,
understood.
Yeah. The main issue of the city, as of right now, from what the party has also discovered, isn't necessarily Lord Martillo and how he runs business. The main thing that's hurting all the merchants in the economy is the fact that the gates are closed at Lord Barton's request until they figure out what this infection is and why it's starting to flare up all of a sudden. Anyway, continue.
Okay.
All right. So that means I need to. Okay, most of what I said can still be considered what I actually said. So okay, I'm in character now, and 3, 2, 1, and scene. So while that person in particular may not be the specific piece of cow shit that I need to deal with, he is connected to this entire thing, and I would like to learn more about this situation. And so if you could tell me, out of character, So basically, I know all this stuff already.
Yeah,
And
you've been in town for about a week or so. So
okay,
you've been kind of laying low. You haven't made a name for yourself or anything, but you're figuring out
okay,
because your whole quest is to go from town to town and sort of clean it up, make it nice and
yeah,
moral and stuff. And this town has a
yeah,
lot of issues, but
yeah. So I'm just here in the general sense. Okay, so I'm just here generally. I'm just here to try to help the city, see what I can do here. Since yes, I am attempting to clean up cow shit. In the figurative sense, please understand.
Okay. So about off character, Fiero's the guy we saw in the store, right, Brady?
yeah, he's the one that when you were at Quirks and Market with Jay,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
came in, interrupted your trade, and said that he needed extra money from him because one of the merchants didn't pay up.
Okay.
Right, you tried to stick the spider on him.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
not only did he squish it, but we realized that your spider can't attack.
Yes.
But we will make sure going here forward. I bet the Hydra would have survived if it didn't get that 3 HP taken away from your owl. We might have to go way back in time and
Right,
redo a
we
lot
might
of
be a
stuff.
party wipe.
Yeah.
Total party kill.
I'm also kidding. That wouldn't happen, but
Okay. Yeah, I explained to him the interaction we had earlier. I told him like that's all I really know about this person. I mean,
since he
I-
actually wasn't there, out of character or in character, you should actually explain it to him.
oh, okay. So, we actually went to a shop earlier today, scoping out the town, trying to look for a lost friend or kidnapped friend. We're not exactly sure yet. Sounds like
I
a
see.
kidnapped friend. And we saw him shaking down someone for money. He seems like a high-profile character, and it might not be in our best interest to cause a ruckus as of yet, but he is on our radar as well. So he is
That's-
probably one of these unsavory individuals you're thinking about trying to get rid of.
Your prudence sits well with me. I understand.
It is kind of getting late, but I wouldn't mind talking to you more if you have time.
Well, I would not want to interrupt your rest. And I think I've made myself and my intentions fairly plain. So, unless you feel as though you have more to tell me, then I will not keep you.
No, it's all good. We'll be in town for quite a while. We still have to find our friend, and one I don't know. Maybe you could actually help us find our friend. Maybe the same unsavory individual that individuals that took her are the same people you're trying to get rid of. Maybe we can work together in this case.
So at this point, Dario, you would know. Jeff, did you ever drop the name Casero?
I have not.
No. Okay. Well, never mind.
I feel like it's a strong hint for me to do so.
Well, that would be metagaming, but if you want to metagame like you did with the goblin language, go for it.
I do not want to do that again.
I mean, you did bring up finding your friend, so if you gave him more information, it wouldn't, it wouldn't hurt anything.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
So, did you mention that you saw our friend get taken, or?
Me?
Yes.
You would not have seen anyone being kidnapped in the recent days.
No, I don't believe it.
Rumors of the Casero family doing kidnappings of young women in the past few months.
I mean, of course, I've heard the rumors, but in terms of witnessing it myself, I can't say.
That you have. Okay. What rumors have you heard exactly?
Dark things, young maidens being kidnapped. That's all I really need to hear to come to a place like this.
Okay. Any particular whereabout, like any like hotspots in the city, or any? Are you actually tracking that down yourself?
Dario would know the name Casero, how he runs a bordello in the southeastern portion of the city, and you would think that the kidnappings might have something to do with that location, possibly.
I would, if I haven't missed my guess, I would believe that if we did any investigating, we would want to start near the bordello and that whole area. More often than not. Sorry, say it again.
Who owns this bordello you mentioned?
Do I know?
Yeah, you would know the Casero family.
Yes, of course, the Casero family.
Okay, one of the three major families we've been hearing. Is it three or the two? I think it's three.
It's three, yeah. So you got the two families, Martillo and Casero, who are just nobles that pretty much own a lot of the city, and then you've got the actual family that is like the law of the town. Although it used to be like a monarchy, but now it's a bureaucracy. So the Barton family is still in control. They live in the palace, but there's different sections of law that like advisors that pretty much make the rules for each individual sect that they're in charge of.
Okay. Well, thank you for the lead. We're actually probably going to be going there tomorrow, if that's the case. If these rumors are true.
All right, you're very welcome, and I have every intention of aiding you in this endeavor.
Okay. Well then, how about we set out in the morning then?
Sounds fantastic. Very nice meeting you. And
yes. And your name again was?
Yes, for now you can still call me Dario.
Okay. Well, nice to meet you, Dario. My name is Hief.
Nice to meet you, Hief.
Yes.
So you guys are all having, you're drinking your water, Dario. Jeff is drinking his vodka. Adeline has not taken a drink of anything since he ate his meal, and he's still writing. Jeff, you curiously glance over, and he has written one single letter, T. And he looks to be very puzzled.
So wait, what? Say what again? I noticed he wrote something.
He said that he had a title ready, and he has only written the letter T. And he looks very puzzled.
Yeah, nice. What did he write it on? I'm confused.
He wrote it on his tome, his blank book that he's starting to write his book.
And this is Adeline, you said?
Mm-hmm.
He's still there, right?
Correct.
I look at Adeline. What does T mean?
Well, I was going to write the title of the book, and I was accidentally writing title instead of the actual title, so now I have to figure out the title that starts with T. But I do not know one.
And what is this book exactly supposed to be of?
This is going to be a book about all the gods and goddesses and how they are still around.
Oh, so you need some ideas, is what you're saying.
That is correct. Brainstorm.
How about... I'm actually going to look up this word, because I'm not sure if it's the right word. How about the what's the continent called?
Theology? Oh, Boridil?
Yeah, I'd say just like the theology of Boridil.
He looks down at his book. I will make cliff note about it, and we will think. Well, let us brainstorm more ideas. Dario, do you have idea for my book title starting with T?
Refresh me. What is your book about?
It will be.
Your God.
Yes, but all gods.
Yes, your God.
Mine is best, God. But there are more gods out there. Mine is best, but there are others.
Perhaps the greatest?
The greatest. The greatest what? Gods? Goddesses? He starts to ponder for a moment. The greatest.
I will attempt to think of more things I could begin with the letter T.
We do
But,
not have to do it right now. I will make cliff note of it, the greatest blank, and then we will figure out the rest of the title later. For now, he looks outside. It is getting late, and I would like to go to sleep.
myself as well.
Mr. DJ's having issues. Does he sound crackly to anyone else?
You guys sound crackly to me.
I don't hear anything.
You don't even hear Mr. DJ?
Right now I don't. Maybe I haven't turned.
I mean,
down low.
I like the chatter, the what you call it, the background sound effect thing. I hear that, but it's like all blocky and.
Yeah, it's blocky. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's blocky for me too, and I don't know why. So I'll just stop him, and maybe he'll leave, and then we can do that later. For now, we'll just use this music.
Much better.
All right, so Adeline closes his book, grabs a couple gold coins. Gentlemen, I will see you in the morning, bright and early.
Yes.
And then as he starts to walk away, he looks back at you and says, yes, bright and early. And then he walks away, gives the coins to the bartender, and then heads upstairs with a room key. At this point,
wait, Adeline's actually going to sleep inside?
As of right now, yes.
What?
As of right now, I'd like to. What time is it in the night?
I would say at this point it's probably about 7:30 in the evening.
Okay. I'll stick around a little bit while longer and just drink some more vodka.
Okie dokie. So, as you're drinking vodka, what is Dario going to do?
You cut off there.
Cut off.
What is Dario going to be doing? Just sitting with Jeff?
Yeah, sure. I'll sit around for a while longer.
Okay. So, a while goes by, more people keep coming and going from the tavern. At this point, the bouncer, Jeff, you notice, isn't really looking or paying attention at you anymore like he was earlier. So whatever that one gentleman had paid him to do, he has already completed his work. So you don't have to worry about him. A few moments pass by after you notice this, and someone walks over and they put a bottle in the middle of the table and sit down. And in front of you, on the other side of the table, is Firo. How you doing, pal?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing terrific. I noticed you bought all the alcohol. What's up with that, huh?
Oh, just someone came by and said they would cover everything we had, and I just thought I could share that around.
Oh, so you're taking advantage of someone else's goodwill. That's good. That's good. I like that.
How are you doing? What are you doing this hour?
Oh, this is where I usually hang out at night to keep tabs on the town, hear the latest rumors, so that in the morning I can go and take care of them if I need to. But so far it's been pretty quiet. So, hey, about earlier.
Yeah, what's up?
I noticed that little spider. Seemed to, you be looking at him. You knew he was coming for me. You had anything to do with that?
What do you mean exactly?
Well, he sort of looks up his boot, and there's a little splotch of blue arcane energy. You see that right there? There's a little spider. When I was talking to Jay earlier, I had to squish him, but you had your eyes fixated on him as he was coming towards me. It's just a hunch, but, magic's magic. Just wondering, maybe that was your spider?
Pause.
Okay.
What would a lie, what would
Deception.
that lie roll? Yeah, deception. I need to see what my score is before I even attempt that.
No, that depending on what you say, regardless of whether it's I'll know if it's a lie, I guess, as the DM, but
yeah,
if you want to try to fib your way through it, you'll end up rolling a deception check based on how good your lie is. And if you end up just telling them the truth, then there's no roll, obviously.
Oh. I want to try to lie to him.
All right.
I want to say it wasn't my spider, and I mean I'm not familiar with that type of magic. It's still new to me.
All right. So yeah, go ahead and roll deception for me.
Oh no! Oh no!
All right. Let's see.
Wait, I'm gonna lucky it.
All right. Yeah. Go for it.
I'll use my lucky rolls and do it again. Let's see. I'll go with that one.
The 13.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
It didn't get better. Actually, kind of surprised about that.
All right. So you tell him that that's not yours. You're still trying to get. Oh well. Yeah. I guess maybe your powers aren't that great after all, and you're probably right. Now, so you do magic, huh?
I am versed in it. I actually I travel exclusively to learn more.
Oh, very good. Now, I remember after I had gone to Jay's, I saw you guys going to M&M Enchanters. Had to follow up afterwards. They owed me a little bit of coin, and he said that he offered you to go and rough someone up if they didn't pay their dues. Is that right?
Oh, he offered, but I'm new in town and just looking for some extra money, and I don't know.
Looking
Just
for
looking
extra money, huh? Well,
Yeah.
what if I told you I got a job for you?
Oh, what kind of job?
Well, the fact is, you're a new face in town, so no one would be able to suspect you working for me. And the
Okay.
coin's good, that's for sure. It's just a little delivery to a part of the town that I'm not really welcome in.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh yeah. So if you would like to do it, I mean, I know you've got a group of friends and all, but pays pretty well. I'd give you about 500 gold to do it.
Oh, okay. Well, what exactly would be the job?
Oh, it's pretty simple, really. So there's a gentleman that bought supplies from us. He's not really supposed to be doing deals with us. He works for Casero. But there's some ingredients that Casero's not willing to pay for, but we have them. So he paid us a pretty good coin. But now the point is, we got to try to deliver it. And the thing is, Casero's men, they know all my men. So if I try to send them over there, they'll probably confiscate the goods. But if you take it to them, they won't even bat an eye. You're just a new guy in town. You could probably be selling this box to them yourself. Who knows? Anyway.
Real fast, I need to consult the notes, Brady.
What's up?
The families again.
Martillo and Casero.
Yes, the two rival families.
Yeah, Fiero works for Martillo. And so
Okay.
far you can tell, based on what he does, he pretty much carries out whatever Martillo says, and he goes and makes sure everyone's following it. So he's like the muscle.
And which one's the larger family?
Martillo.
And the
The Caseros used to own the whole town alongside the Bartons. And then Martillo came in, started buying up the merchants, and ended up being able to take over the town from Casero, but gave him a tiny portion. Other than that, all you know is that when Lord Martillo came into town, the merchants became happier, but Casero became angrier.
And which one closed down the town?
Closed down the town?
Yeah.
Neither of them. That was Lord Barton. He's the royal family of the town.
And which one has a better relationship with Lord Barton?
As of right now, you have no idea.
Okay. Okay. I ask him. Say I accept this. When and where would this take place at?
Well, tomorrow morning probably would be the best idea to start, but I got a box of goods. We'll have it enchanted so that even if it does get opened, whoever's trying to open it, unless it's the alchemist himself, they won't be able to get inside of it. He's the only one that knows how to unlock my enchantments. So you got no worries about that, but you just got to take the box from where I give it to you to his place, and then come and find me when you're done to get your payment.
And the enchanter is the guy we talked to earlier?
No. This is a whole different thing.
Okay, sorry, my bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Marvin and Marvin are a part of this. This is another gentleman that works for Casero.
okay.
He's his alchemist. He's the one that apparently keeps him healthy.
How big is... Wait, who keeps you healthy? Casero healthy?
Oh, yeah. I'll let you know right now. Casero's men, none of them got papers.
None of them what?
None of them got papers to get in and out of town.
Okay. I catch you.
Apparently, this alchemist works very close with Dr. Gear, and they've come to some sort of agreement. But I can't get Dr. Gear to tell me what it is all about.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, just gotta take this box of herbs and stuff, other alchemic supplies, from wherever I give it to you, probably here, honestly, to his alchemist shop, and then come see me afterwards for your payment. Pretty simple.
Where would I meet you at?
You could meet me here.
What time of day is good for you?
Well, honestly, if you do it around 9 o'clock in the morning, that'd probably be the best.
Okay.
I'll have
and how far away is this place from here?
So he asks you to pull out a map, and you pull out your shitty
my
map.
shitty map. He's like,
wow.
what the fuck is this?
It's like, okay, that's actually, you know what? Hold on. He takes your map and shreds it, and he puts down a map that's a lot nicer. Pretty much looks exactly like the map that you are currently looking at. And he's like, all right, so we're here.
Better. Yes.
And his alchemist lives right about here on the edge of the wall. So all you gotta do is take the box of goods from here and walk over there all non-suspicious like. If people ask you questions, just tell them you're new in town, you heard there's an alchemist, you want to sell them some goods that you got from up north.
Okay. How would I tell him? Well, is there a code? Do I just straight leave the box there, or what's this all about?
Yeah, just tell him that Martin has sent this box to him.
Martine?
Martin, he's the other alchemist that lives outside of the wall.
Okay.
Yeah, he sells a lot of different goods and stuff, but they work hand in hand, and he'll definitely take the box from him. That's our code word.
Okay.
And yeah, if anyone asks questions, you're just a tradesman from the north. You came to sell some goods to an alchemist. You heard he's a pretty accomplished one, and bada bing, bada boom, you're good.
Okay. Sounds easy enough.
Easiest 500 gold you'll ever make, trust me.
Okay.
Well, at this moment, he kind of looks over at Dario. Why are you sipping so heavy for?
Why is he? Oh, is he still there?
Oh yeah.
I'm dehydrated.
Oh.
Yeah, he's not feeling so great.
Hey, Sarah! And he yells at the bar when she comes over with a smile. Yes, Firo? Hey, get this man a jug of water, would ya? He's a little thirsty, a little parched. Oh, yes, definitely, Firo. Anything for you. And she does a little curtsy and walks back. Ah, gotta love Sarah.
Yeah, she's great. Thanks a lot.
Oh, yeah, gotta make sure you stay healthy, right?
Yes.
Anyway, yeah, meet me here, 9 o'clock in the morning. I'll get you that box. And as long as you don't open it before you get there, because he'll know a tampered box if he sees one. He won't trust it.
Okay.
Very
Yeah, I
good.
think I can manage that.
He stands up, sort of stretches a bit, and holds out his hand for a handshake.
Oh yeah, I go and shake his hand.
Very good doing business with you, pal.
Oh, you as well.
We'll keep in touch after this
Yes.
job. If it goes well, I might have you more work for you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah. And he goes then joins his group, bringing 2 bottles of vodka with him, and they all proceed to get sloshed.
Okay.
At this point, Sarah brings a whole jug of water for you, Dario.
Yeah, you can take this back, please.
If Firo sees me do that, he wouldn't be too happy. I'm just gonna leave it here, okay?
I understand. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And she smiles at you gently and then walks and starts taking orders from other patrons.
I quickly slap the stone back into his hand and think, okay, so I want to figure out more about this guy because I'm not sure what he's about. I know he's bad news, but I'm thinking about getting some money from him and get some info to try to figure out what's going on with this town. So that's what that was about.
This would be towards you, Daria, just so you know.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I was.
You're all good.
Can you repeat that, please?
Oh, I was saying, so that, if you're wondering what that was about, is I know he's bad news. I get a bad vibe from him, but there's a lot of seedy people here, and it's better to have at least one person on your side than none. And we're trying to figure out how this town works. And as long as I'm making some money and making some connections, I can maybe figure out what's going on. So
I grok the utility of at least communicating with these people, and I won't get in your way in this respect. And I still am committed.
Say what?
And I'm still committed in helping you.
Okay.
So
I just feel that
one
like
does what they
evil.
must.
Yeah.
Yes, in the short term, one can do what they have to do.
I'm technically hearing this, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
at
Adam
the
and I
Sending
would
Stone,
be
yep.
hearing this.
I didn't just say to him, so yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Well, if you're using the sending stone, we're all connected with it.
I mean, theoretically, I would say that the Sending Stones, you could either broadcast it to everyone that has the linked ones, or you can do specifically to somebody.
Well, okay, basically I'm specifying that then, like, you can specify, it's not just global with everyone on the stone.
Yeah, that's... Because technically, in all honesty, when I gave the party the Sending Stones, I misread what they did, so they're actually a lot more powerful than they should be. But it's fine because I like the utility of it. So yeah, you can either specifically talk to somebody with your Sending Stone, or you could talk to everybody connected to the specific Sending Stone, I guess, web that you guys have. Do you want to specify or global?
I wasn't thinking about it, so I guess it would just default to global at that point.
Well, you as a person may not have, but I'm sure if Jeff actually intended to talk to him one-on-one, that would be fine.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, one-on-one.
One-on-one. Noted.
Yeah.
And yes, Shadow did not hear shit because she wouldn't have been able to. She's upstairs playing with a yarn ball that she found under the bed.
Oh boy.
Can I do what? Push it? Yes.
So, we're still talking then, aren't we? Or, you there, ready?
I mean,
I was tapping a thing.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're good, you're good.
Didn't know if you're done. Okay.
Yeah, so you relayed that info. He says some things back, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then... I forget what we were asking. Sorry.
I was explaining what was the situation there
Okay, cool.
to him. So, yes. You could... I'm not sure if you want to tag along for this job. I think it might be bad if you do, to be honest. But we can... Looks like I'm doing that tomorrow morning instead. But in the meantime, we'll keep in touch, okay?
He is talking
Maybe-
to you.
oh,
Daryl.
absolutely.
Yes, maybe the rest of the party, like you can go out with the rest of the party and look for our missing person, and I'll just do this job real fast and meet you guys somewhere tomorrow morning.
Absolutely, we can handle that in the morning.
Okay.
If you would like to take your rest now, if you would like to go, that's fine. I will attend to myself, so have a nice...
You as well.
Okay, so Dario, do you intend to stay at the tavern for the night, or do you want to find a place on the streets?
I would have to pay to get a room, wouldn't I?
Oh, I see. Oh, no, I can't that again. Never mind.
No, so you could stand up and be like, any chance I could use your gold? Because you would see that everyone's just picking out of this little satchel of gold if you want to bring it up.
Okay, so excuse me, Yef.
Yes.
Though I don't usually like asking too much of others, would it be too much to ask if I could maybe take some of your gold to rent a room for the night?
Oh, I don't see why not. How much? I asked I motioned to the bar. I waved down the bartender, the bar lady.
Oh, Sarah?
Yes. And
She
I asked,
comes
how
over.
much? Hello there, Sarah.
Hi.
How much money is left in the pot from the platinum earlier?
So far, let's see, it was 250 gold for all your vodka. Your cat friend spent 300 for the royal suite. That leaves you with, and she starts counting on her fingers, 450 gold.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, and your paladin friend and your other friend got rooms. That's 5 gold each, 440 gold.
Okay. Could you throw a few gold his way for the room, for a room for him?
Oh, very well. Just a standard room?
Yes, please.
Yes, absolutely. I do not need anything especially extravagant.
She says, very well. I will go get you your key right away. And for you, do you want your room too?
Yes, please.
I will get both of those.
And did she give me my bread yet?
She is not giving you your bread,
Oh,
but
I wait for
if
her
you
to
want
come back.
Okay. She goes and grabs 2 keys, hands them to you. Anything else?
Earlier I ordered bread. I was just curious how far along that order has gone.
Well, we've got a dozen loaves ready to go right now. Do you want them at this moment?
Sure.
Okie dokie, I'll be right back. She goes in the back, and it takes her about 3 minutes or so, but she finally comes out, and she's got 2 big-ass baskets just full of hot, steamy sourdough bread she puts on the table. There's...
Yeah, may I ask?
Go on.
Yeah, may I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
Why? What? This is all in character, by the way. What is exactly your fascination with bread?
It's fairly easy and to make. I mean, I think other people think it's hard. I don't know. I made it once younger, and I like doing it when I have free time. But that's not the point. I haven't done that in years. I'm just gonna put all this bread in my bag of holding here and take as much as I can. It's free. I'm just gonna not gonna lie with you. That's what I'm gonna be doing. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Dario promptly leaves. He goes upstairs to his room.
All right, so Dario leaves after asking you about your bread fetish. And then Sarah says, we've got 12 more loaves baking right now. It'll probably be about 30 minutes before they're done. In all honesty, I could just keep them in the back until you exit tomorrow morning.
Yes.
That way we can make other patrons happy by not denying them bread bowls and such.
Oh, of course. That'd be wonderful. Thank you.
She smiles and says, thanks for your understanding. And then walks away. So you can stay down and hoard your bread, loaves, and your vodka and go up to your room when you please. Was there anything other specific that you were going to do while you're in the tavern? All
Just
of your party members have left.
Oh, I was just going to read from the book. I picked out a book, right?
You did.
The Beast book?
Yeah.
Yes, I'd like to read as much as I can from that before I pass out.
Okay, go ahead and just roll a intelligence.
Oh, and also I'd like to take as much of the vodka left on the table as I can and
dump them out?
Dump them into my bag.
Oh. Key. Dope. Key. So you grab 5 bottles of vodka, cork them, throw them in your bag of holding. You take the 12 loaves of bread and dump them. A lot of the bar patrons are kind of looking at you as you do this, and you just look up and kind of stare around like awkwardly at them and then say that, and then you go back to stuffing your bag of holding.
So 5 bottles.
5 bottles of vodka and 12 loaves of sourdough bread. For now.
Yes. And I tell the barkeep to whatever's not drank from the alcohol, just leave her in the morning for me to pick up. And
He nods at you.
Thank you.
So you open up your book of fantastic beasts and where to find them. Also, not the title. But you open up your book and start reading through it. Go ahead and roll a straight intelligence roll. So it'll just be a d20 plus your intelligence modifier.
Here we go.
Which should be 5, right? Yeah.
Yeah. An inch.
So just click that.
I want to rough lucky that.
Your last luck. It's not a save, by the way.
Oh, never mind. I can't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can lucky it, but just click on the d20
Okay.
dice there, not a save. Because the save adds your proficiency.
Yep.
And this is just a thing. 13. Do you want to take the 13, or do you want 7?
I'll take the 13.
Okay, I thought so.
Quick question. Would
Quick
this
answer.
add his intelligence modifier since it's an intelligence roll?
Oh, wait, yeah. It's an 18. I meant that. But yes. Anyway, so you start reading through the book, and there's a lot of different various information about common beasts that live around the area. You see a thing about wolves and such. They're local. You see the wolves eat the deer and stuff. Goblins apparently used to live around these areas but moved out because the wolves became too big. You read some stuff about owl bears and how this area is prevalent with them. You read another thing about mysterious snake creatures that live somewhere around here with many heads, which you, after reading through it more, you know is the Hydra that you and your party murdered the other day. There are a couple other passages about just the common animals that live around, common critters and such. But there is nothing. Were you looking for anything specific, or just reading it?
I want to look for any local animals or creatures that would be folklore or just terrifying monsters in general.
You do read about how in this area there used to be sort of a tether to another plane of existence that has since ceased activity, but it was to the Feywild.
Oh.
So it's been noted that a lot of Fey creatures have possibly come to the material plane through that tether and may be living around the area or the woods around. Other than that, there's not really, the book doesn't say anything specific. It just says rumors of Fey creatures.
Is there anything in large or extinct beasts?
Large extinct beast?
Yes.
Negative.
Okay. I just want to spend time just go through the book normally then.
Okay. So you'll end up doing that before turning in for the night. Back to everybody else. Is there anything that Shadow is going to do specifically before doing a long rest? Oh, this is
Martin.
Shadow. Oh,
Martin's upstairs.
He just came on. Martin? Oh,
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Is there anything Shadow's going to do before taking her long rest?
None unless someone actually wants to knock and see.
Noted.
It's not important.
Is there anything Oswald is going to do before he takes a long rest?
I guess I would. The runes I found in that one book, is it just a couple runes, or would I need to investigate and see?
There were runes scattered out. There's probably 2 runes per page, almost.
I guess I'd have been spending my time just keeping
Reading
an
the
eye on where all the
runes.
runes are,
Okay.
what they might mean, whatever information I can gather before I were to take it to Shadow and try to read it.
Okay. Easy enough. Is there anything Dario is going to do before
Nah, I threw myself in my bed.
and went to sleep? Okay. And then Jeff, probably about an hour and a half of you sipping your vodka, eating some bread, and reading through your book, you finally let out a long yawn and start packing up stuff, grab your key, and buzzingly head up the stairs.
Okay. I also head to bed. Wait, before I was gonna take an hour for me to get my thing up.
You can still, you'd be able to cast your familiar before going to bed.
Okay, I want to cast it with I think it's my last. I have one more familiar use.
What creature?
I want to get to an owl, and then
Owl. Noted.
And then tell the fucking owl if he sees anything to hoot and holler and to
Okay. And
to
make a commotion.
Make a commotion to wake me up.
Okay, so you lay down in bed after casting your familiar. Frumpkin looks at you. All right.
Frumpkin? Oh,
yeah.
that's his name. Okay.
I'm just joking. You still haven't named him, so I don't know. But anyway, your owl hoots at you and then flies over to the ledge of the window and begins to peer outside. Right when your head hits the pillow, he whoo whoo and comes over and starts pecking at you, and you wake up and you're like, oh shit, he saw something. You run over to the window and you see a guard walking around with a torch, and your owl is staring at him.
Can I open the? What's this window look like?
It's just a normal ass window. It would open up from the bottom up.
I would like to do so quietly. Do I need to roll anything for that?
No.
I do so
You
quietly.
unlatch it and you open it, and you watch as a guard is walking with a torch. As you're looking at the guard, it looks like he's on patrol.
Do I understand my familiar? Or am I sure?
Yeah, you can telepathically speak with your familiar. I don't think it talks to you though.
Okay,
I think you can give it orders and such, and it understands you when you think to it. But other than that, I don't believe your familiar has a what is it called? A speech. I'll read it real quick, but yeah. Yeah, you can communicate it with it telepathically, but it does not have its own speech. So it can just take your orders and listen and understand you, but it can't speak back. It would have to use, like, I guess, body language.
Okay. I look at him and I put my hands up. I say, "What? Like, what are you doing? What's wrong?"
It just looks at the guard, and then it looks at you and sort of tilts its head a little bit. And
Is he
as
doing
you
something?
remember, you specifically told him if he sees anything to hoot at you, and he sees the guard.
Okay. If anything is out of the ordinary, suspicious, wake me up.
He opens up his wings and says, "Whew!" and then puts his wings back and begins to peer out the window again as you close it.
Okay. Yeah, I close the window and I turn in to go to sleep.
Okay. So let's see. Da-da-da. So does Oswald want to go talk to Shadow before turning in, or do you want to go to sleep and talk to him or Shadow in the morning?
I would probably do it later since we're in our rooms already. I wouldn't know Shadow's awake or asleep, etc.
All right. So if anyone is missing any hit points or spell slots, go ahead and replenish everything that you get after a long rest. And nothing seems to happen throughout the night. On occasion, you guys can hear the drunken banter of the patrons below, but nothing out of the ordinary. Jeff, your owl, he never comes to wake you up, as he just watches as random folks walk back and forth away from the tavern. Some folks throw up in the street, and a few have fallen face first into the throw up after slipping on it because they're drunk, and it's funny. But other than that, it is a nice sleep-filled night. Okay. The next morning, you guys all start to rise as about 8 o'clock in the morning or so, to the smell of breakfast being cooked downstairs. Is there anything anyone does for their morning ritual besides sort of just getting ready for the day?
At that, go ahead.
No, I'm just thinking. No, you're good.
I believe Dario does at least some light meditation, somewhere between 15 minutes to an hour.
Okay. Dario wakes up around 7 and starts doing his meditation and hot yoga. And
Exactly. Yes, hot yoga. That's in character. That is exactly what he's doing.
Okay. Beautiful. You go to the showers, turn it on. You don't get in, but you do your meditation and some stretches and some of your forms and such.
Yes. I do my various things. I need to get prepared both mentally and physically for the day because every day is a gift. That's why they call it the present.
Beautiful, Master Equally. All right, Oswald, what were you gonna do?
I would have the book with me. I would go to Shadow's room, give a couple knocks on the door.
Shadow, you would hear a couple knocks as you are waking from your slumber. You are currently licking yourself and cleaning and such, as a cat would do.
I can describe the scene.
Oh, you will describe the scene. Go for it, yes. I forget that you actually love the roleplay portion of the game, so continue.
I have things to say.
Okay.
Just one moment, please. And you hear like a lot of scrambling going on as is the room carpeted, Brady?
Negative. It is a hardwood. There is a rug that's sort of in the center, just as like a sort of like feng shui kind of thing for decorating. Other than that, it's mostly hardwood.
Okay, so you hear scrape go along the floor. It doesn't sound like claws per se, more like something quickly being shoved somewhere in the room. And you hear a little bit of a key turn as then the door opens. Shadow is standing there, and she seems well rested. Yes, Oswald?
Do you have a few minutes to look over this book with me?
Sure. Shadow can help read.
Alright, I guess I would begin entering the room. Is there like a table?
Yeah, there'd be like a small table that has 2 chairs around it. So, and it's like a little round table, and it's pretty much right on top of where the rug is in the center of the room, with the 2 chairs adjacent across from each other. And there's a nice little candle that is unlit right in the middle.
I would lay the book on the table. I would open it. No page particular at this point, but I'd basically be telling Shadow. So each page appears to have roughly 2 runes.
Be right back.
Seems that if we were to figure out a combination with these runes, we can continue reading hidden messages on these pages. So, if you're willing to begin reading, we can figure out what hidden messages lie within.
What kind of runes? Like magical runes?
What kind of runes?
Yeah, you would know that they are. They're pretty much like arcane runes, so they describe magic and spells and stuff, except for they're not complete. So like what a rune for, let's say the rune on your sending stone is the rune for message, it'd be like the runes that you see are part of message, and then it's just that. So it's like maybe half of the rune for message is on one page, and the other half is somewhere else on the book. But Oswald, I don't know. Yeah, you would know what the runes for different spells and stuff are, but Shadow would know a lot more about it, I believe, based on her background.
Yeah, that's probably true.
So yeah, the runes are sort of broken up. They're incomplete spells, is basically what they are.
Alright, these runes appear to be of arcane magic. They appear to be incomplete, as if we are meant to put them together to finish the spell, to create the message.
All right. So Shadow's going to start casting Comprehend Languages as a ritual. As she does so, you see around you whatever lighting is lighting the room starts getting a little bit dark, dim. Some shadowy wisps start swirling around her body as she concentrates on the spell.
Okay.
And that'll take 10 minutes.
Yeah, so 10 minutes go by as you watch as the shadows start to creep out of nowhere and start to come to life almost as they wave back and forth. A sort of dark mist appears under Shadow as she is casting her ritual. I'm just joking, she doesn't do that. But the mist is sort of there. It's a light, little dark mist. 10 minutes go by, and your spell is complete, and you start reading over the book again. What you end up finding is pretty much some of the same stuff. It is a history of the Elven Empire. It talks about the prosperity of the elves and how they brought peace to everybody, all the other races, with all of their intellect and their caring for other races, blah, blah, blah. And it's at this point that you also start to, instead of just look at the words on the page, you start to notice the runes as well. And if you will roll me, both of you, an investigation check, please.
Holy shit.
Okay, so Oswald is looking at all of the different runes as you are, but you have taken the book and put it right in front of you as you keep scrolling back and forth through the book. You find one rune, and you notice that it is half of a spell symbol. So you place mark that page and keep running your fingers through the book, and then you find another one, and you sort of link them. And as you read the passage, it's sort of inconsistent. It says the elves took their knowledge and then water rose from the depths. Something like that. It doesn't really make any sense to you. So you show Oswald, and he sort of looks at it, and then he thinks to himself a little bit and ends up formulating that the power of the elves comes from the depths of the ocean.
And does Oswald say this?
Yeah, I guess I'd read that out loud. I don't know what to make of this, but the sentence makes sense so far. Shall we try to find what other messages are in here?
Well, it looks like the elves were good, but I'm not sure what any of this really means.
Based on this statement, it sounds like there's something deep within the ocean. But we would need more information to make sense of it.
Let us keep reading them.
So you pass the book back over to Shadow, and she goes to the same page but the second rune and starts flipping through the books. Then she stops and looks at them again and reads out loud. The elves were loved by all, and the wind was always favorable. And then, Oswald, you take a look at the runes and you match it up, and instead what it actually says is that The elves ruled with an iron fist and kept most of their secrets to themselves.
So wait, I am picking the same rune combination?
Yeah, you're looking at it, but from your roll the previous day, you've sort of somewhat cracked the code of the runes themselves. So it's taking a lot of the different letters and switching them up.
Okay, so he's like reading the initial message, but I'm
Yeah.
figuring out
And because you
swapping
don't
how to
see, since you don't see the actual message like he see or she sees, it comes off different, and you're able to depict it.
Alright, I guess I would read that as well. The elves ruled with an iron fist and kept the secrets to themselves.
Kept what secrets?
I'm not sure. Perhaps more messages will reveal the secrets.
And why does it say they were good, but then they were bad?
Well, it sounds like whoever wrote this book did not want the average person to read these messages within. It seems like it's a code that they wanted a particular person to read. I can't say from who or to whom, but it looks like it was meant for a specific person to read.
You mean like a double agent?
Who knows? It may as well be, since it praises the elves, but yet these messages seem to tell a different message of their hidden. I guess their the way they ruled was not actual. Or sorry, I'm screwing myself up. It seems the way they ruled was not positive, but yet the people had to praise them, had to follow their orders. So yeah, maybe this guy was a double agent. Maybe he's writing the book to maintain a positive message, to not get in trouble, but he was secretly trying to tell whoever read this book what was actually going on.
As you do your explanation, you see a Shadow's eyes light up, and her tail comes out from under her cloak and is sort of wagging excitedly. If you had ever seen her tail before, you would notice that it's a lot less bushy now.
But this is all speculation, of course, though. The more messages we can figure out, the more we can better our understanding.
Then let's keep going. Come on.
Okay, so you go to the next rune on the next page, and then you scroll through the book and read more of it, and then it
So,
says,
like,
"Oh,
sorry,
you're good."
like, are these runes like built into the page, or?
Yeah, so they're like pretty much printed onto the page itself. Like it's the ink.
Okay, so it's almost like we're kind of folding the pages on themselves, maybe, or we're just memorizing like what one page said compared to the other.
Well, Shadow's keeping one finger on the page as she scrolls through the rest of it, and then she's flip-flopping back and forth.
Okay.
So she goes to the next page, places her finger there to keep the track, and goes through, and then she reads off after she finds the matching rune. Prosperity to the world, under the rule of the elves. Everyone loves the elves. And then you read it, Oswald, and it says, the elves took from everybody everything, and when the Gex came to power, she took even more.
This
Sorry, I'm writing this down.
Okay.
Okay, how much are we allowed to read without
Well,
taking
I was
too
going to
much time?
say, at this point, you guys have probably been reading for 45 minutes to an hour after getting the flow of things, when Jeff comes and knocks on your door.
Hey guys, what's up?
Not much. Just trying to figure out what all is in this book.
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, it seems this book has runes on it, and these runes convey a secondary hidden message.
Huh. Do you mind if I take a look?
I don't mind.
So as one of my character things I picked in the beginning, one of them was linguist,
Mm-hmm.
and then it says that.
Yeah, you learn 3 languages. You can
Also,
create written ciphers.
it doesn't give me anything to decipher it though.
Yeah, you would have to have known the guy who wrote the book. Like, you'd have to know his cipher if he made it like that.
Could I try to take a crack at it?
You can look at the book, but you do not understand any of the languages that are on it.
It looks like a bunch of gibberish to me. Usually I'm good at ciphers, but I didn't see who made this one, and I can't really decipher it. I could try, but it might take me like days.
Well, Shadow already, with her spell Comprehend Language, is already capable of reading it, and
Oh, okay.
I am also able to read the runes to some extent myself, so we're already making progress.
Well, what's to say?
Well, apparently when Shadow reads it... Oh, no, you can say that part if you want.
Basically, part of it says that the elves are good and pure and ruled very nicely. And the other part of it says that they...
It seems when Shadow reads it, it praises the elves. It talks of nothing but good that the elves did for everyone. But when I read it, it talks about how the elves are actually taking from everybody, hiding secrets from everyone else. It also mentioned they gained their power from the depths of the ocean. I'm not quite sure what to make of that one yet. But it appears whoever wrote this book was trying to tell someone the truth of what was going on, but they had to make it to where it openly was praising the elves.
That is strange. It's duality, like hidden meaning. Do you see that in like the same words, or is it like just certain parts that says that?
There are just
Like-
certain parts.
Okay. Is it
Yes,
like is there like two languages or just
that they were
one?
praising, and apparently these.
No,
mean
like is
that-
it two languages on the same thing, or just one language? And just I'm confused how it can say two things at once.
So the way Shadow reads it is as if it is a language that she knows because of her spell. So she's reading it off as a normal language, and then what happens when Oswald looks at it is it's still the sort of old ancient language, but because of what Shadow said the sentence is, he's able to sort of take the symbols and line them up into a different order to where it actually says something in common that he is able to decipher.
That is strange. Well, I guess we should just I don't know, keep an eye out for both. I mean,
No, the positive just seems to be whoever wrote it. It's speculation. Whoever wrote the book apparently just wrote the positive part because he didn't want to piss off the elves at the time.
okay, that makes sense.
But he wanted someone to get this hidden message, to know the truth. The book's really old, so no idea who wrote it, no idea who's writing it to, but it seems the second message is the actual one that he wanted someone to find out.
Okay.
So at this point, it's probably around 8:50-ish, and you guys are kind
Oh,
of
that
sitting
means I
there.
gotta go.
Yeah, you see Jeff perk up and say that.
Oh, that's my cue to go. I have some business to attend to. You guys just, I suggest you go downstairs and meet with our that one. Did they meet? Did they see him at all? That one person?
They
Or no?
didn't. I don't believe
No,
they would
oh.
have.
We were
Okay.
already upstairs when you came in.
Well, then I will mention to them that I met this individual last night who might have some leads on what's her face,
So,
Octa, and they can definitely they might be of some use for us. I explained the whole Boridil thing, and I go downstairs with everybody to try and meet. What's his name
Dario.
again? Dario. Yeah.
Okay. So you ask them if they want to join you in meeting this new friend fellow. Does Oswald and Shadow accept?
I have no reason
We
to
have new
object,
friends.
so
Okay. So they get their stuff and that they need for the day, and close the door, lock it behind them, and start following you. You go over to Adeline's room, and as you're about to knock, you see a little note on the door that says, "Had to clear mind, out in forest somewhere, praising God. Don't find me. We'll come back soon. Adeline." So you guys end up going, okie dokie, guess he'll find us later. And then as you're about to get to the stairs, door opens and closes behind you, and it is your new friend fellow, Dario.
Hi, Dario.
Oh, hello.
Hi. Remember how we talked yesterday about helping us find our friend?
Yes,
He's
definitely.
friend.
Hello.
Yes.
Wait. How tall is the cat person thing?
Uh,
How tall is the
5'8".
cat person thing, Martin?
5'8".
5'8". Okay. Oh. Hello, cat. Sorry, I very rarely see
Would know,
Tabaxi.
yeah.
Tabaxi name is Shadow.
Yes, nice to meet you, Shadow.
She holds up her hand.
Dario warily but respectfully extends hand for handshake.
All right,
They
simple
shake.
enough. You
They
guys
shake.
shake hands.
And have I met everyone? Okay, so the
haven't
guy I met
met-
earlier.
You've met Jeff. You remember him. You
Uh-huh.
just met Shadow, and then there's Oswald in plate armor with like little rune inscriptions on it, also standing there.
And who might you be, Barooned gentleman?
the name's Oswald.
Very nice to meet you. I extend my hand to shake and all that act.
Like, did you extend it wearily like you did for Shadow, or?
No. Well, maybe a little but not as much as with the Tabaxi, who I'm not racist. It's just like it's something that he hasn't seen very
Claws
frequently before.
scare you. Kidding.
just not used to seeing a fucking
Why don't
cat.
you wear clothes?
Yes. So yeah, I extend my hand to shake shake the paladin's hand. He's a paladin, right?
No.
Wait,
Adeline
this-
is Adeline, who is not currently here.
Adeline's gone as hell.
Okay, so Oswald, shake Oswald's hand. I don't.
I'll go ahead and extend my hand as well and shake. So I hear you're willing to help us find our friend, that you have some knowledge.
Right. Is that a Hakusho shirt? Anyway, so moving on. Sorry. Yeah, I obtained some meager information in regards to where we might start a search regarding the lost maidens and young women, and maybe we might find some leads on your missing friend.
So, why is it that you're helping us? Like, what do you expect in return?
In return, oh yeah. So no, I don't expect anything in return. This is a mission of mine, not in the literal not in the religious sense necessarily, but something that I have committed myself to doing. That's enough for right now. You can take that as you will, but please believe me when I say that I have no ill intent and that I am very committed to helping you in both in your adventures and finding your lost friend.
Very well. So,
Shadow also has questions.
Go for it.
Why do you wear no shirt?
It's so all right. you may appreciate. Oh God, this is gonna sound really racist if I say that. It is a form of conditioning and acclimation to any environment I am in. I do this as
Why do you have big beaded lace necklace around neck?
that is a form of as a trinket. That is a one of the many symbols I've acquired from
Are
my
you a monk?
Yes, I am a monk.
Why do you have a sword?
This is a monks frequently use swords and other weapons of this type. I am learned with this sword and other such weapons. I prefer.
Can you teach me?
I'm not certain we have the time. Maybe some
Well,
other
not
time.
worry. We can practice later.
Great. That's great.
Not to interrupt too much, but you're picking up on both our mics.
Yeah.
That's because I've been holding down. I've been holding down push to talk, and he's sitting right across.
Yeah, maybe let go when he responds, because like it's hard to understand sometimes.
Okay, I'll anytime he talks, I'll make sure to not push this down. Basically, he asked me a bunch of questions about all the stuff on my person, why I don't wear a shirt, and
Right.
No, like, we're just saying we hear it. It's just we hear both at the same time.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Sometimes it's hard to understand him.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Shadow has no more questions. We can go now.
Fantastic.
Okay. Oh, I'm still muted, aren't? No, I'm not.
No, we hear you.
All right. So, do you guys all just walk downstairs then?
Yeah. I'm ready to, at least.
So as you walk downstairs, you see Firo hanging out at one of the tables. He doesn't have any of his group with him. Hello, Mr. DJ. Are you going to work this time? An error occurred. No, he's not. Okie dokie. That is fine. We'll go to this. Anyway, so Firo's hanging out down there, and he notices you, Jeff, as you walk down. How you doing, pal? You sleep well?
Yes, I did.
Good. So you ready to do that job for me then?
Yeah, I was about to head over there right now.
Beautiful. Well, here's the box right here.
Oh, thank you. And I promptly put that into my under my robes into my bag.
All right, so you put it. Oh wow. So you got a bag of holding then, huh?
Yeah, picked it up along the way, you know.
That's gonna be pretty handy in transporting that's for sure. But yeah, so you know the guy you gotta take it to. Just tell him that Martine sent you, and then shouldn't be too big of a hassle. And then once you're done, come see me. I'll be right here eating my lunch.
Okay. I thanked everybody else. I'm gonna go do a job. You guys work with Dario here. I'll be back. Like real quick.
As long as nothing happens, it should only take maybe 20 minutes for you to do it. So go ahead and roll a perception check for me, and then we'll go to what everyone else is doing.
Perception check.
Cool.
Lucky that.
Go for it.
Take that one.
Figures you would,
Damn.
yeah. That's hilarious. Okay, so Jeff kind of starts to walk towards the door. What does the rest of the party do as he is leaving you guys for a moment?
Well, I'm gonna. I guess as he's trying to walk out. So wait, where are you going?
Oh, me? I just have a job to take care of. I think to him. Do you have a? Oh, you don't send me some, don't you? Do you?
Yeah. Sorry, I'll be using the Cynic Stone. Yeah, I'm not saying that out loud.
Oh, yeah. I just have a job to take care of. Basically, he's gonna offer me some money, and I think this to him, and I'm going to try and get on their good side, first, one might say, and get some leads in the city, get some information.
Yeah, but what exactly are you? Is
Oh,
he
I'm
having you do?
delivering a box to an alchemist. I don't know.
Yeah, you're delivering a box full of alchemic supplies and herbs that is magically locked for the alchemist that is hired under Casero.
Yep.
And how do you know he's telling the truth?
I don't, but we'll see how it goes. He offered me some money and said it'd be a pretty easy job.
Maybe, but I think it'd be best for you to not travel alone, since we don't know who to exactly trust and who not to trust.
Okay then. Well,
Just think of me as a bodyguard, if
okay.
anything.
Well, I was gonna actually. I don't. If you're gonna come along, but like keep your distance, I was gonna actually like disguise myself as someone else, so no one really knows it was gonna be me.
Well,
So
in that case, I'll act like I'm just trying to figure out where everything is in town and keep within enough distance that if you need to message me with the stone, I can still hear you.
okay,
But I won't be interacting with you otherwise. Then.
sounds good. I'm gonna head to the bathroom first.
Like IRL?
No, like in the game.
Okay. So Jeff goes to the bathroom.
I want to cast this.
Okay.
I want to look like an old woman.
An old woman.
Like a short, like old, like, babushka grandma kind of looking old woman.
A bush grandma, old looking woman.
Cool. Babushka, like they have like a little thing over their head and they like, kind of crouched over.
Like this?
Like
good old Ennis Craft.
Yeah, like that. Yeah,
sure. I'm just So all right, so you go in the bathroom. You're in there for about a minute or so, cleaning yourself up as you cast your spell. You come outside and all of a sudden you got a hunch. You're old, frail. You got white hair, and you start walking out. And if you want to speak to Oswald as you're about to leave, go for it.
I think to him. Well, follow me then. Just keep your distance.
All right. I'll let you leave first, and I'll head out in a few seconds.
Okay.
Or, however long it takes for 60 feet, roughly.
Yeah, easy enough, yeah. Alright, so you guys will be exiting the tavern, leaving behind Dario and Shadow. Do you guys just want to wait for them and do something in the tavern, like order food or what?
Well, I guess I would have probably asked how long do you think this would take?
Oh, about 20 minutes.
I guess I'd let them know that we'd be gone for 20 minutes. Do they want to stay and wait, or they want to go about their own business?
Secrets.
Why are you guys talking so much? Why is there so much plan?
Hold on.
Are you there, Martin?
I'm here. I'm just considering.
You're considering the possibilities?
Yes.
Alright, and what did you say, Reed? Sorry, I was distracted.
I looked to them and I asked them if we'd be gone for probably 20, if they were going to stay and wait or go about their own business.
Oh, gotcha.
Shadow does not have own business to take care of. Shadow can help.
Say that again? You said can help?
Yeah.
Apparently he wants to do this on his own,
Yeah,
so
you guys
I'm
go
just
with
gonna
Dario and try to
I'm
figure
gonna
out
be
some leads. What
keeping
rock
my
is that?
distance from him. I'm not going to
Shadow
be
very
interacting.
stealthy.
I didn't catch that at all.
He said he was very stealthy. Or she.
I say no.
He insists that he wants to do it on his own. It's supposed to be just a delivery job, so I think we'll be fine.
The hate Jeff has for this fucking cat is awesome.
Anything can happen in Craig's.
I say no.
Very well. You shall not get help from magical tabaxi.
I swear to God, if you follow us.
So Dario, you kind of get an understanding of what they're doing, but you watch as these three folks are sort of spread out throughout the tavern, just kind of blankly staring and nodding their heads and such and shaking their heads. And you
Shadow is
understand that
casting
they're...
message.
Well, you've got a sending stone now, Shadow.
Do I?
Yes.
Well,
When did this happen?
well, no. Did we actually link them?
I thought you did, didn't you? Oh, no, you got to the...
We've been...
Yeah, never mind.
Oh, I've been trying to figure it
forgot
out, and
we haven't
apparently I'm
finished
missing some components.
Yes. My bad. I jumped forward in my plot line. But yeah, so Shadow is casting message, which means that when Jeff is speaking back, it is a one-on-one conversation to Shadow.
Yeah. Said no. Literally, we're just trying to make better use of our time here. Okay.
Do I notice those guys that were looking at us?
No one. Dario is kind of the one looking at you guys because he knows you guys have this special stone, but he's watching as you guys awkwardly sort of like just stand still, talking to each other.
Okay. Wait, you said that was Dario's perspective.
Yes.
Of us. Okay, I thought there was other people in the tavern. Do I notice that he's like?
Fuck about you guys, but
Yeah. Do I notice that Dario's like staring at us?
you would be able to discern that easy.
I would just look at him real quick. Don't worry about it. We have ways to speak using telekinesis.
Yeah, I suspected as much. And if you're having a private, don't mind me. Just if you have anything to share, just remember that I cannot hear your thoughts.
Well, that's exactly why we're using this stone. We'd rather not have additional people we don't want hearing to hear.
Yeah, secrets are best left in your head, right? Furo's sitting there, smile on his face.
Yeah, comes in handy.
Oh yeah. So he looks at the old woman now. She probably finished that job quick.
And I promptly nod and walk out the door.
And I'll follow shortly after.
Okay.
Shadow is going to whisper to Dario.
Yeah.
Do you want to follow them?
I believe we should respect their wishes. But I would do it with some curiosity.
Yes.
Also, I'm perfectly capable of keeping a low profile. So I would ask you, though, are you certain that you can also keep a low profile?
Watch this. As Shadow touches him, she puts a hand on the shoulder, and she mutters, and you see, Dario, what you see is like a bunch of shadows sort of coalescing around us. She has a little glass or a little thing of gum arabic with an eyelash in it that she's holding, and then suddenly you can't see either of you anymore as she casts invisibility at 3rd level to turn us both invisible.
Okay, so that answers my question.
Okie dokie then. Yes, it does.
She says bye to Firo.
Firo looks at where you were, or Firo looks where you once were. Well, I guess we'll see you later, maybe? Once the spell ends, huh? What a crafty cat. Sarah comes over and gives him a plate of food, and he starts to chow down. Y'all better go get after them before they get too far away.
Shadow's gonna, drag Dario behind her and start following them.
Okay, we're going.
Out of character, they were sending message, so, he's picking up what they're putting down?
Oh, they were sending message?
Yeah, wasn't Shadow using message?
He was using it when they
Shadow
were talking
said
to you
bye to
guys.
Firo out loud.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I thought you were still using message, my bad.
No.
But
Okay.
everything she said to Dario was through message.
Yeah. But obviously, Firo watched as you cast invisibility, as he can plainly see when you're there and then when you're not there. And then, yeah, you said bye, so he said bye-bye back. And then you guys walk out the door, and you see Oswald start to go down this alleyway. He's not too far ahead of you guys, and he is following an old woman who you guys know as Jeff. Jeff, with your perception check, as you're walking through this area, you cut through this alleyway and begin to head towards that alchemist shop that is belonging to Casero. You notice that the guards are few and far between in this part of the town. Instead of guards, there's a bunch of different armed thugs that are all pretty much wearing either commoner's clothing or some sort of leather or studded leather armor. Most of them have clubs. A few have some short swords. There's some men on the roof you can see posted every couple houses that are kind of just sitting up on the roof with their feet dangling as they look down in the alleyways that have crossbows and such. So you know that whatever goes on in this side of town is probably being observed by these men. You also notice that for whatever reason, there's a higher concentration of vermin around. So a lot of like little rats and crows flying around, picking at scraps of filth and food that are left over by beggars and such. So they scurry around, grab some bread or whatever, and then scurry into little holes in the side of houses. Other than that, this side is also a lot dirtier. It's not kept as clean as the rest of the town, and you're not sure if that's because they don't care or if they intend to leave it that way to try to keep people away from this area. But it also seems that the value of the houses is also a lot lower. So this could also be an effect of Martillo buying out most of the town and Casero not having the funds, or the people that live in this side of the town not having the funds to keep their houses looking nice and neat.
Okay.
So it takes about 10 minutes or so to walk to the alchemist house. There's no real sign that says what this place is called, but there is a sort of a wooden symbol that looks like a little potion with like smoke coming out of it. So you assume that this is the proper location.
Okay. I think back to Oswald. Okay. Do you just want to stand outside, and I can just go in?
What is around out here? Like,
So it's kind of an open courtyard.
As I do this, I look like I'm thinking about something and like rummaging for my bag.
Okay.
Make it look like I'm just
Make it look
busy.
a little less suspicious. So
well, yeah, like since we're using sending stones, I wouldn't be looking at him. I'd basically have been while we're walking, I'd have been like, asking like, which direction, when he turns, goes a direction, that way I can follow up without having to stare at him the whole time.
Yeah, got you.
So basically, I'm trying to keep an eye on the environment as if I'm.
So yeah, this area is just an open courtyard, cobblestone. There's a couple different groups of thugs that are kind of sitting around like little various campfires as if they live in these areas. You see a couple sleeping bags piled up in corners and such. So either the guards have late shifts where they have to sleep at night, or this is their home. But yeah, they're just kind of looking around. They notice you guys as you walk towards this courtyard, and they kind of keep an eye on you, go back to warming up their food, and then keep looking at you again. But other than that, nothing inconspicuous stands out.
Is there like a place to sit in this courtyard?
Yeah, there would be a bench or two somewhere along the lines on the other side of the courtyard. There's also one right outside of the alchemist house.
Like right outside or just nearby?
Like right outside underneath his window. So think of his house. It's got little stone stairs that go up to a door. So it probably raises about 2 feet. And so from that stairwell to the left of it, when you're looking at the house, there's a bench that's sitting right there.
Alright, I was trying to see if I could find somewhere to sit. About 60 or within 60 of the store, but not
Yeah. So
at the store.
there's another spot that's pretty much identical that's right across the street. So you'd be able to look directly at the house from there.
Yeah, I don't have to stare at it, but yeah, I'll keep an eye if need be. But I'll pull out my book because I would have kept it on me. Shouldn't be hard to carry. And just act like I'm occupied with the book.
All right.
Okay. I just I think to him, if you see anything out of ordinary, just give me a heads up. This should be over and out with pretty easily.
Yeah, same. If you need me to rush in, something happens, scream with your thoughts as loud as you can.
I'll scream like an old woman.
So this is Shadow and Dario end up coming around the corner. Go ahead and give me stealth checks with advantage, since y'all are invisible.
Oh, before that, is my owl still following me?
Yeah, or well, I would have assumed you would have put the owl in your pocket dimension that you can do, but if you wanted to be on your shoulder, you can.
Definitely do that. Yeah, do that.
Okay. Shadow, I need stealth. There we go. All right, so both of you come around the corner, and you're making no noise, and you're also invisible, so no one can see you. And you notice as Jeff's old woman self is starting to slowly walk up the stairs. He's definitely playing the part, and you see Oswald with his book open on the other side of the courtyard. So you guys notice that Oswald's just keeping watch, making sure nothing goes south as Jeff does the job. So if you want to do anything else, stop me. Otherwise, Jeff, you can go ahead.
Okay, I go inside.
All right, so you go up to the door, you knock, and then you hear a little bit of rummaging on the other side. Then you hear a lock undo, and you see the door open, and it's a older gentleman with frizzled gray hair. Yes, what can I do for you?
What was that word I need to remember? From the
You forgot it already?
Yeah, I fucking forgot it already.
It's just the name.
Yeah.
There's a hint.
There is a hint. Number 7. Martine sent me.
Martine, okay. The other alchemist.
In the future. I
yeah,
may
that's
not.
not happening again.
Yeah. Because if you actually forgot, there's a chance Jeff actually forgot, or Jeff actually forgot.
Okay.
But yeah, anyway, Martine sent me.
Yeah, Martine sent me, and
you have the stuff.
I look around shadily. Is there anyone else in the store?
No, he closes it real fast, and you hear a bunch of different locks and various things clicking and unlatching, and then he opens the door. Quick.
I rummage through my bag of holding, and I pull out the package and give it to him.
Beautiful. He looks at it, and he, as he's holding it in his hands, he doesn't care if anyone's behind you or anything. Yes, this is all the rune inscriptions. This is definitely him. Thank you. He throws a bag of gold at you, which you catch. Good day. And he closes the door behind you.
Like, I'm already outside the house,
Yeah, you didn't go inside. He didn't let
He
you
simply
in.
opened it for you. Yeah.
okay.
He opened the door, and you were outside talking to him.
Okay.
The way you perceived that he's probably very secretive, doesn't really take in many customers, probably does jobs directly for Casero himself and not common folk.
Okay.
But yeah, he throws a bag of gold at you. You open it up, and it is 500 gold.
I knock on the door again.
What?
I want to buy shit.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm very busy.
Okay then.
Maybe later.
Sounds good.
So you...
yeah, I head out.
Okay, so you start walking away. As you're walking away, you hear a bunch of different locks and stuff, latch and stuff, and you assume that the door is pretty locked tight. At this point, you start walking, and you're about to come up onto where Oswald is.
I think, Tom, it went well, I guess.
All right. Well, let's head back to the inn then. Do you still want to maintain your distance?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. I guess reverse. I'll just walk ahead and go back towards the inn. Let's try to walk a slightly different path than we came in.
Okay.
Easy enough, yeah. So, you guys pretty much notice the same thing. The thugs and stuff kind of just notice your presence, but because you guys aren't doing anything except for walking around and you just delivered a package, they don't really care. So, you guys are able to make it back to the tavern without incident. Shadow and Dario follow back. What do you guys do anything as you're still invisible? Or do you just keep tailing them?
Shadow will just tail them.
Okay.
Nothing particularly.
Yeah, Dario will just continue tailing them. Though he does make sure to remember this specific location, but I don't think that's super important.
Okay. Yeah, it shouldn't be too difficult for all of you to remember where this alchemist shop is. But anyway, Oswald walks into the tavern first. You see Firo, he's finished his food, and he's kind of just sitting there, sipping water, waiting for you guys to get back. Then Jeff follows in as the old woman. Both of you notice that Dario and Shadow are nowhere to be seen, as Jeff closes the door behind him. So I'll assume that everything went according to plan? Is the box in the alchemist's position?
Yeah, he was pretty. Oh wait, did I unmorph yet or no?
You did not say so, so you're still an old woman.
So he just approaches me and starts talking to me.
He saw you transform. Well, he saw you walk into the restroom and then and you came out as an old woman. Firo's not an idiot.
I look at him and say, "Oh, must use the restroom. Be right back, Sonny." And I go to the bathroom.
Certainly. Don't forget to change your diaper.
And I unmorph.
Okay.
I undisguise myself.
And then you come back out.
Yes.
Oh, that's a lot more pleasant to look at, honestly. So is the box in his possession then?
Yeah, he kind of just took it real fast and...
Beautiful. And do you have the gold?
I have this right here. I hand it up to him.
Nope, keep it. That's your pay.
Oh, okay.
You did the job fantastically. He claps his hands, and at this moment, Shadow and Dario are still outside. You guys hear this very well, whereas Oswald and Jeff hear it kind of muffled, but still good enough. But the entire room shakes for just a moment. Some of the glasses that are on display behind the bar sort of jingle and stuff. Shadow and Dario look behind them, and there's a plume of smoke coming from the alchemist's shop, as there was just a large explosion out of nowhere. At this point, Firo looks at you, Jeff. Wow, if you're ever wanting some more work, just sit here, tell Sarah, and she'll know how to find me, and I'll see what jobs I got for you. Other than that, I gotta go and clean up a mess that I just made. Whoops. Y'all have a good day now. And he walks outside, closes the door, and that is where we will end tonight's session.
Which, is there multiple doors?
There's just the front
Shadow
door.
would walk in as...
Shadow would walk in as he's opening the door? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, is he by himself?
Firo? Yeah. So I guess we won't end the session. What does Oswald want to do?
Well, I mean, we can still end it here, but...
Well, if Oswald's going to do something, then it's not done.
Well, I guess I would have blocked his way. You just sent us on a mission to bomb people.
First of all, I sent Jeff over there. He wanted some money. He did the job. Doesn't matter what happened or not.
Why did you aim for this guy in particular?
I see that you're still new in town, huh? That man's the enemy, so I took him out. Easy as simple. Now, if you could, politely get out of my way. I've got places to be.
I guess I'll step out of the way, but clearly not in a good mood knowing that I just helped get someone blown up and I have no idea as to why.
Hey, don't be so hard on yourself. It's not you that did it. I'm the one that did it. I've got to carry the guilt of that poor man's passing. But
Yeah, you sure do look guilty.
oh yeah. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful day. Jeff, keep me in mind now. And he opens up the door,
I will.
and then Shadow walks in, followed by Dario. What is being typed? Oh, it's Bill. No one cares about Hawaii. And then, if you guys want to roleplay real quick, that is perfectly fine. We won't end.
Yeah, I was gonna use the sending stone and be like to Jeff, next time that guy's alone, I'm gonna kill him.
I'd say hold off on that just a bit because I plan to as well. I didn't think the first job for me would be this violent. I'm just trying to gain information, to be honest.
No, I understand what you were trying to do, but we just got someone killed and we have no idea who this person was. He could have been a completely innocent, nice guy. He could have been a criminal himself, but since I have no idea, yeah, I'm not okay with that.
No, I'm not either.
So, I'm still invisible, right?
Yes, you and Shadow are still invisible.
And this gentleman, he passed us by after he did his little.
You guys didn't see him do anything. You guys
But
know you guys know that Firo's in the tavern. You know the explosion happened, and then after a couple seconds of the explosion happening, he would have walked out the door of the tavern and been walking out.
Yeah, but doesn't Dario also know that he was the one who made Yef do the job and gave him something to give to that guy?
Yeah, Dario would put the pieces together that Firo gave him the job. Jeff did the job, and this is probably the outcome of the job. But you also don't know if the plume of smoke is... You know it's coming from the general direction. Well, more than likely you'd piece together that he just blew up the alchemist. So, yeah, Dario could think that.
Okay, so at the very least, I'm not gonna do anything, but I want it noted that that Dario put it all together.
Okay. So, as Firo walks by, Dario probably invisibly glances at him very angrily. Is that what I'm getting?
More, not angrily, more like stewing. He's like invisibly fuming over what just transpired.
Okay.
But that's pretty much it.
Okay.
For now.
Shadow, do you do anything specific?
Jeff hears in his head, "Did you hear that? The explosion."
Yeah, I kind of did.
What do you think that was?
Probably the contents of the package exploding. I think I just killed a man.
And then silence.
Yes.
No further roleplay? Question mark.
Well,
I think
Shadow is
everybody.
thinking.
So we don't. I was gonna end because I didn't have anything else, but obviously I want you guys to roleplay.
Yeah. I think everybody. Well, did not intend for that to happen, but that obviously happened.
Did you get paid well?
So do I even have to like roll for a lie here, Brady?
I mean, if you tell him a lie, I'll have you roll a secret check based on what you say, and I'll let you know which one to roll, and then I'll have Shadow roll a secret insight, and then I'll let you know what Shadow thinks based on that.
Okay. I mean, he paid me, but I didn't think it'd be this bad. Yeah, he did pay me, though. That's all I say to him. How does the cat respond?
Well, as long as you got paid.
Not too happy about this.
That's funny. All right. Well, I guess if y'all are done role playing, then if y'all are done role playing, we'll go ahead and
Yeah,
end the session
I'm
then.
Okay.
Let me stop
Sure.
my stream real quick. All right. Appreciate everyone coming out. Hopefully you had a good old time. And then we will see you guys next time. Peace.